What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com, babies. This is the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. It is, I'm sorry, you guys know I'm traveling, I'm in and about, but I wanted to make sure that I answer this question that somebody had for me on the Twitter. Yes, of course, you can add me at OneLoveAsh for all your questions, comments, concerns, and I will answer them right here on my show, on my feed, on my Spreaker, on my Spotify, darling. Yes, because we are now available on Spotify as well. My question was as follows. Ash, why did you start podcasting? That's a pretty awesome question. And I'm sure that after 1,200 episodes and over 500,000 streams, I've answered this before. But it's always good to have a fresh answer on deck. Yeah. Okay, so many moons ago, Ash used to work for, not only to say work for because they never actually paid me, but I used to contract with an online company, and my job was to produce a talk show, and it was 2 girls that was going to be on the show. So I spent about close to 8 months worth of promotion, creating pages, creating websites, creating social handles, flyers, all kind of promotional videos, really getting people amped up about this show. And so it was 2 girls that I signed on to do the show, and it was going to be a girls' talk show, and it was going to be covering all different kind of issues. I had guests lined up. Everything was in place. And about 2 weeks before the show was supposed to start, the girls decided they didn't want to move forward with this company, and they took their business elsewhere. And I can't say that was a bad move. Maybe I should have jumped ship too. But I'm the type person where, given an opportunity, given a situation, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. And whether I could find a replacement in that short of time, or if I was going to do the show myself, the show was going to happen. It was going to happen. And that is basically what I had to do. Is I had no intention whatsoever in being the talent. I had no intention whatsoever to have my voice to be filling the airwaves. I had no intention, y'all. None whatsoever. But I had to jump into the driver's seat. I had to make something do to do. And so that's what I did. That's where the Live with Ash Beezy Breezy podcast show started. So honestly and truthfully, I started podcasting really out of necessity because I had to produce something. I had put in too much work. I had guests that were lined up. I had appearances and things that had to be done. And whether I did it my doggone self or somebody else was going to do it, it was going to get done. And so from there, that was really the basis of me starting to podcast. With that show was amazing. It was awesome. I gained so many really awesome and really fruitful contacts from that connection, from that show. And I grew from it, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. But I kind of got burnt out from it. And I started to really kind of lose the passion that I had for it initially. And I decided to end the show and put it up on the shelf. And I thought that was it. That was done. Finished. Completed. And little did I know that there was something brewing for me in the background that I had no idea was going to be brewing, which would turn into Ash Said It Daily. Yeah, so the Ash Said It Daily show started really to keep my mind right. My mom had just passed. I had someone that suggested, why don't you start doing these podcast show, and it can be whatever you want it to be about. And I was like, I was so used to the structure of having an interview show that I was not thinking on the lines of doing a show in which I talk in first person, doing a show in which doesn't necessarily have to be music based, because with the other show, I interviewed some authors and some business owners, but it was mostly music centered, where we would premiere new singles, new songs, albums, singles, whatever the case is. We would talk about different shows and things. So the original show was mostly about artist promotion and publicity for whatever brand it was that we were pushing. And so with this new show with Ash Said It Daily, it was like, you know what, this is my format. I do it the way that I want to do it, how I want to do it, and when I want it done. And so in short and sweet to the point, that is why I started podcasting, and I've been doing it ever since. I love it. I can do it everywhere, anywhere I choose, and I continue to do that. So I hope that answered the question good enough for you. If you got other questions, comments, concerns, you can always at me at OneLoveAsh, the number 1, LOVEASH. And we're going to get this thing started. 2019 is looking good, baby. Yes. We're looking good. Anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face. You don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is way, way better. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Deuces.